Right. All right, Simon, more on that a little bit later on, I'm sure.
So, when you go to a restaurant, do you choose it for its food or its atmosphere or the friendliness of the staff?
Well, one restaurant chain is training its waiters and waitresses in the art of subtle flirtation to help them develop a closer relationship with their customers. Let's see how they've been getting on.
I'm Jess, I'm going to be serving you guys tonight.
It's a very good option, a good choice for you guys. Serving food is not only about the food actually, but it's about the experience. So if you just spend some time with the customer, I think if the customer just get to know your name, basic things, simple things you can do, it just make it remarkable. I agree completely.
You can have more than one bottle. So.
That on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only. I think when you have the few techniques in the back, and then we kind of, you know when you can cross the line a bit, when you can get quite close to the customer, or we have to stand back, and it's really good. It works. It really works.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Maybe you want some chili oil as well, make it a bit spicier?
Oh, yeah, let me think of that one.
You get on very well with customers. Like sometimes they can be a bit like frosty when you start, and then they kind of relax and get into it.
Beautiful.
We're just having a chat between ourselves, and when a waiter comes along and is really friendly, it really adds to our night. It's really great.
Sure thing.
I want to go on the course. Come on. It's a great thing to do.
Well, the relationship expert Jeremy Mills joins us now. Karl James is a former actor who's been running these flirting courses for the waiting staff. Very good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So, Karl, how do you train a waiter to flirt?
Good question. Really, the press have picked up on the flirtation angle,
Yes.
but I think what's really interesting is this is about conversation. It's about how do you really genuinely engage with someone. So there are a whole load of skills around conversation that if you just take the lid off, and all the guys that you were looking at there, some of them have worked in the restaurant before, some of them are new, they're all intuitively good at it, and all we're doing is saying, this is what you're doing really well, how can you do more of it?
The trouble in a way, Jeremy, with this is that for one customer, in this case it's a customer, someone having a nice chat and warming them up, if you like, or being friendly, they could like that. Somebody else could sit there and say, go away, I'm having a meal, I really don't want to have a big chit-chat with you about my life and share time with you.
Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think it's wonderful that you're getting waiters and waitresses to speak to customers and open up the conversation, because too often people are a bit too sort of fast and forward and blasé with customers. But you're absolutely right. And I think this is where your staff, the people you're training, have to be really intuitive and think, is this somebody who wants to speak? And they have to pick up on their body language and their signals and what they're saying, rather than go in with the flirting. Because flirting, of course, by definition, is intended to kind of be a playful way of arousing sexual interest. So, I mean, that would be quite fun on a Saturday night when I go to a restaurant now, wouldn't it?
It might
be a different experience.
As long as you're doing it with someone who wants to do it with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the other thing that struck me was that flirting is something you do because you like that person and it's a personal thing. If customers feel like someone's been trained to do that with them, they might feel it's a bit false because it's nothing to do with me. No, it's happening to everybody in this restaurant.
And the core thing we've been doing, you talked about appropriateness, really. That's absolutely what this is about. And in a way, what they're brilliant at, it's like we've sensitised them. So actually, if the two of you are out for dinner flirting with each other, which I don't know whether it will happen or not, but if you were...
I can assure you, nothing of the sort.
Right away.
It might now. But what I mean is, if I'm a sensitive waiter, then I might read exactly when you don't want to be interrupted. You know, that's what I hate. When I go out, and all the time I'm getting good service, good service, good service. It's about being sensitive to the needs of two people who might be having a fantastic conversation.
Absolutely.
But is there a danger if, I think, if you start training people in communications, is there a danger? It's a bit like when you're a teenager and you kind of rehearse the line you're going to say to the girl. Well, and no matter what's happening, you kind of say
the same line.
Do you like the film? Because you've kind of got it in your head.
So you're not following the script.
And you're not actually listening at all to what they're saying. Is there a danger of that?
Well, the art is, I think, I don't know if you'd agree with me here, Karl, but the art is making it seem, when you speak to somebody, that it's the first time that you've said these lines.
Then you walk to the next table and say exactly the same thing.
No, because you're listening. You see, part of the whole flirting process and communication process is listening.
Absolutely.
And listening and picking up on key things which somebody says that you can then build on, either by asking a question or giving an opinion or whatever. And if it's done well and if it's done properly, it's flawless. You don't seem as if you're being spoken to by somebody who's used exactly the same lines 2 seconds ago.
Well,
remember that, Charlie.
Yes, I'll take that on board.
Lovely to talk to you both this morning. Thanks very much indeed, Karl and Jeremy.
Let's see what's coming up. Breakfast this morning. We've been on the hunt for a new threat to Britain's native red squirrels. Now,